I'm your squad leader, and I'll be briefing you this OPORD for our last lab. Situation. AAO is GMU campus and Cage Gym. For the weather, it's cloudy with a chance of rain, a high of 66 and a low of 54. We have a 42% chance of precipitation. For terrain, it's Cage Gym. Observation of fields of fire. The Cage Gym is a closed area. For cover and concealment, the Cage Gym offers full cover to the rain and concealment from outside the rack. Obstacles, we have vehicle traffic, pedestrian traffic, and the stairs because we will be carrying a lot of equipment. Key terrain is GMU campus, rack, Cage Gym, and the north entrance to the rack. Avenues of approach, we have Patriot Circle, Mason Pond Drive, and the sidewalks. For the effect, be sure that all of you are aware that your surroundings are very dense with civilians and vehicles, so allot yourself enough time for travel, especially with all the equipment for our following PCIs. For enemy forces, none. Friendly forces. The mission for Alpha Company and Alpha Company's 2nd Platoon is to conduct an AAR for tactics, evaluations, PT, labs, and JFTX, along with equipment turn-in for non-returning cadets, storing returning cadets' gear, and PCI for summer training. For civilian considerations, the local populace generally supports ROTC efforts, but we must conduct ourselves mindfully, professionally, respectfully, and appropriately for continued support. Attachments and detachments, none. Mission. Alpha 2-3 conducts AAR for tactics, evaluations, PT, labs, and JFTX, along with equipment turn-in for non-returning cadets, storing returning cadets' gear, and PCI for summer training, in order to better prepare the battalion for summer training and a better prepared fall semester. I say again, Alpha 2-3 conducts AAR for tactics, evaluations, PT, lab, and JFTX, along with equipment turn-in for non-returning cadets, storing returning cadets' gear, and PCI for summer training, in order to prepare the battalion for summer training and a better prepared fall semester. Execution. Key tasks. 1. Summer training PCI. 2. Storing returning cadets' equipment. 3. Returning gear of non-returning cadets. 4. Sustains and improves for next year. 5 is clear hand receipts for those not returning. 6 is 100% accountability, and 7 is all training is helpful and safe. In-state. All equipment of non-returning cadets is turned in, cadets are prepared for safe summer training, and sustains and improves for all aspects are covered in the AAR. Concept of operations. This is a 4-phase operation. Phase 1 being first formation, Phase 2 being equipment turned in and PCI, Phase 3 being the AAR, and Phase 4 being a safety brief and final formation. Scheme maneuver. Phase 1 will be first formation no later than 13:20, accountability, and a safety brief. We will be forming up on the right-hand side of the Cage Gym like we usually do. I was not given a clear set of our scheme maneuver, but based on past AARs, this is what I'm guessing is going to happen. Phase 2 is equipment turn-in PCI no later than 13:30 to 14:15. We'll have returning cadets store equipment, leaving cadets turn in equipment and have hand receipts, and summer training cadets conduct their final PCI. This will most likely be happening again on the right-hand side like we've done before. Phase 3 is the AAR. We'll be forming up on the bleachers, most likely with Alpha on the right, Bravo on the left. This will be conducted from 14:15 to 15:15. We'll go over PT, the evaluation system, lab, JFTX, mentorship. Phase 4 will be the safety brief for the summer, accountability, final formation from 15:50 to 16:15. For coordinated instructions, you can look at your shell for the timeline and task subordinate units. Most everyone that's going to summer training already conducted the PCI today, and just be sure that you get the rest of the items on your packing list. Make sure that all your canteens are already washed and being dried out now. They need to be dried by Thursday PCI, whether you're turning in equipment for not returning or if you're storing it over the summer. It doesn't matter. You need to make sure that those canteens are dry so that way we don't have mold growing in them for next year. So with that, make sure that you're not bringing any canteens to Wednesday's PT. And pack all your gear in the duffel bag, not in your ruck, in your duffel bag. For uniform, returning MS1s and 2s that are not going to summer training will be in civilian attire, and all items except for your socks, undershirts, boots, and PTs are packed in the stuff sack. or packed in the duffel bag. All MS3s and summer training cadets will wear your uniform, ACUs, and all necessary packing list items will be inside your duffel bag. All not returning cadets will bring all your gear and wear civilian attire. Again, this will all be inside your duffel bag. For service and support, Class 1 is Southside, Southside, Southside. Civilian water source, and your canteens, again, will be washed and dried. For Class 8, we'll have a CLS bag. For transportation, none. Maintenance, none. For medical, as per usual, the casualty collection point will be towards the entrance of the cage gym. The injured personnel is to be evaluated by cadre as to the severity of their condition. The nearest emergency room is Inova Emergency Care Center at 4315 Chain Bridge Road, Fairfax, Virginia 22030. Severe injuries that require immediate attention will call 911 for an ambulance. For command and control, location of the commander will be within the cage gym, most likely with our platoon or with our company. The PSG will be traveling with Alpha 21, our PL will be with Alpha 22, and I, of course, will be with you all. For succession of command, it'll first be our Alpha Company Commander, Cadet Captain Kim, then Bravo, Cadet Captain Balance, then our PL, Giller, or PSG, Van Zant, then it'll be myself, Oliveira, Barclay, Fan, and then my last name. Our command post for cadre will be in the rear of the cage gym. We'll report 100% accountability, and for signal, primary is voice, alternative is runner, contingency is whistle, and emergency is phone. Please email and call me back if you have any questions. Once again, this is only because nobody ends up showing up for our OPORDs. If you are returning for next year, I expect you all to do better. Have a great day, guys.